everyone out there. We're back on this plow truck. It's like Monday night after work. I got some work done. Nothing like super major, you guys. I'm trying to remember where I showed you before, but I got my lights mounted. I was gonna buy new LEDs for this, you guys, because these both used to be red. I got these lights somewhere for free. They're like some like kind of cheap aftermarket. I'm gonna mount those up to my reverse lights. These still work. I took, this is the mess of wires that came out of this flatbed, and they were all hooked. There was 3 of these left, and you guys can see where the plugs were. Look at all the muck and dirt in those holes. They were all like that. So I took this little wire brush and I stuck it down in there and I cleaned out all that crap. Got a picked out the rest of the mud and stuff. Found the connectors. I plugged them in here. I stripped these wires back, you guys. I'm not 100% sure how this works. I am not the greatest wiring expert. Yeah, I know enough to be dangerous. But what I did, I took the black and the red and I stuck it to the battery. They work. They light up, so they work. So I'm gonna try to use these. We'll see how this goes. I'm not 100% sure how to do this. I'm gonna have my daughter come out here later, or maybe my oldest son Dylan one of these days. These are the stock wires that go into the truck. So I'm guessing you got, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Like I said, you gotta have like a brake light, a turn signal, a ground, and a running light probably. How that correlates to these wires, I don't know yet. Oh, maybe one's a reverse light too, actually, you guys. One could be a reverse light. I don't know though. I'm gonna have to do a little research. I'm not a wiring expert. I know enough to be dangerous, so I usually get by. Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually. These do ground out through the body, and I'm so glad I painted those. God, I do this to myself all the time. I should have left those unpainted because it grounds through these. So if I hook these up to the reverse light and they don't work, I'll know why. I'll have to grind some paint off on one side or the other of this bolt. Because literally I made these brackets, you guys. It's just a piece of, this is like 1 inch by 8. I just cut a little angle on those, welded them in, came down and I drilled a hole. I'm hoping you guys can see that. It's, oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so nothing super fancy. It's just enough to hold those lights in there. They can't move. I tightened them down pretty good. These ones are actually a seal that fit into the metal. Somebody cut them out and they kind of got a lip on both sides that hold them in there. These I had to make those brackets for. You can actually probably pull up on those and turn them. Same with this one. I got it in tail light here, little bracket. It's just 2 8-inch pieces to hold those in there. We got those in. I got to still wire them. I actually got a lot of these lights. I actually got all of them for free. I got these Hellas too. I let my daughter decide, you guys. I was gonna let you guys decide where to mount these. My daughter was out here tonight, and I asked her, I'm like, which way should we put them, Kai babe? I kind of told you guys I was gonna do it that way. With those reverse lights back there in the bumper, we're actually gonna do Mickey Mouse ears, guys. We're doing them forward. The only reason I'm doing that is a lot of the times me and Kyla plow after work. It's like the one time me and my daughter like get to spend some time together. I get off work, I come home, and it's usually dark in the winter by the time I get home, especially if I'm on 12-hour days. These lights here, they're like super old school. They work well. These are a lot brighter. So we're gonna put them up there, right off the corner of the cab facing forward, kind of that up there, so that we have extra light at night. There's been times like where we get really bad storms and I'll go out at like 2 o'clock in the morning and I'll plow because it drifts so bad and we need to get to town. Our main road, maybe I'll step out there and show you guys so you guys kind of get an idea why I decided to go with my daughter's idea. It's super smoky too, you guys. We got a health warning now. They say don't be outside if you don't have to. So see that greenhouse or white and greenhouse right there? they have like, I think it's 20 acres or 10 acres. So I have 5, my neighbors have 5, and then I think they have 20 acres. On the other side of that, there's that silver barn. That's the main road, they plow that. But from that, I don't know, hopefully Dylan can zoom in on that. There's a stop sign somewhere over there. This whole road out here in front of our house, they don't maintain. And this is my back driveway, so that's like 300 and some feet. And then it curves around this way. I have another 300 and some feet going that way, all the way out towards my other neighbor's house right there. You can see their fifth, well, it's not, well, their fifth wheels there too, but their family's fifth wheel. But that's another 300, I think it's 330, 360 feet. So I plow this is over 600. Then I plow that main road out here. Then from that stop sign, hopefully I can see it somewhere in here. Hopefully Dylan can zoom in on that. There's a stop sign there. I plotted that stop sign in there. Where that stop sign's at drifts really bad because my neighbors put a wagon right out in their front yard, like an old school wagon, and it drifts really bad behind that wagon right at the stop sign. Most of the neighbors behind me get stuck in the stop sign. I end up having to pull them out. But now that I got a plow truck, I just push it out, so that's been helping. But you know, when it's blowing 2 o'clock in the morning, I need to have some light to see what's going on. So that was, you know, my daughter's decision. She's like, hey, put them facing forward. I'm like, they look like Mickey Mouse here. She's like, we need it. All right, guys. I want to tell you I know a whole lot about wiring, and I'm super awesome. I know everything. I don't. I got enough common sense to make some stuff work. It's pretty simple because it's just turn signals, brake lights, blinker, reverse light. It's pretty straightforward. So here's the plug. This is a stock plug. Let me show you the taillight. So it's literally a stock plug in a 91 through, I don't know. I think this truck's a 91 or a 93, I can't remember. But it's got 4 wires coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the stock taillight out of this truck. This is a stock connector. So literally what I did, you guys, I turned the lights on and I just stuck my tester in it till I found power. It happened to be this one right here. The very end one, the lonesome one out here on the end. So I took my red wire, stuck it in there. Then I stuck the ground over in this side because this was black. I had a little jumper wire that I connected to here and I grounded to the frame and the light came on. So I tested the rest of these, figured out what they did. I turned this one on, the white one. That's the blinker. You just stick your test light in there, it'll flash. This guy will, your little test light. And I can show you guys that if you want to see it. Then I put the key in the ignition and I put it in reverse and then tested this last one, and that's my reverse light. So I'll kind of show you guys. So lights on right here. So my plow truck's got, you can turn on park lights or running lights. This is for my plow lights. So if you look out there, oh, maybe, let me kill the lights for a minute. Oh, geez. Oh, that made it hard for me. So, park lights, running lights, then that other switch I showed you, that's my high and low beams for my plow lights. This is going to be interesting how this turns out. Put you guys in the dark. I actually did a whole separate circuit for these big plow lights. These came off the original plow, but I looked up online how to run. So this is low beam, high beam. So I got 2 relays, one for each side of these lights. So it does have high and low. It's pretty neat. That took me a while. Like, I'm no wiring expert, but I cruised everyone else's YouTube and I figured it out. So I'm gonna turn these lights on. So you can see both rear tail lights are red. Yay, we got power to them. So literally what I did, you guys, I just stuck my test light in there and I tested every one of these to find out which one was on. Like, you can see that one's on right there. That's because it's also the turn signal. That's the white wire. But this was when I Originally stuck this in here. That was the only one that was pulling power. Now we'll turn the blinker on. Gotta have the key in it. Flashers won't work without the key in it. Key in it, on position. Flashers don't work without it. Hey, now they're working, look at that. All right, so now you can see she's flashing away. I just went in here, here's my white wire. And you can see it's flashing. So I literally just tested that. I put the truck, I left it not running, just put it in reverse and hooked up this, check this wire. No, sorry, this wire. And it's the reverse light here. So I got all these figured out. I do gotta tell you guys, I had this wire on the other side of the truck and the wire on that side of the truck over here. So I originally turned the blinker on, I had the blinkers on the wrong side. Just the way I threw the wires in here. But yeah, so now they're totally, this one totally blinks. Running lights work. Oh, I never even tested the brake lights though, because I don't have anyone to push the brakes. We're gonna figure that out. Because I do need to test them. We'll see if I'll even be able to tell the difference, so I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some way to test that. But they're on. It might be a little hard to see they are on though, for sure. Because these are just incandescent bulbs, they're not LEDs. Neither are my reverse lights, they're pretty dim. They're kind of like my license plate lights. They're about that bright. Let me see if I can pop this thing into reverse. Just so you guys can see I did get it figured out. Not running, just kicked it into reverse. It sends a signal. Now you can see my reverse lights on. Kinda. They're pretty dim, they're nothing super special. This one's not on because I haven't plugged it in yet. Maybe I should just to make sure it works while I'm in reverse. Yay, it works too. All right, so I got the wiring figured out. I'm gonna cut, solder, solder, heat shrink, all these wires together. Yeah, we're gonna kind of get, I'm gonna try to get this done tonight. We're getting close, you guys. Like this turned out pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about this. I kind of thought I was gonna have some issues with wiring, but it's going pretty easy so far. Flatbed's looking pretty awesome. I still gotta finish this up, you guys. I was done welding for a little while. I gotta admit, when I put these reverse lights in, there's like, this must have had different taillights in it at one point because it had like 3 holes drilled. Like that. I welded them up tonight on both of them because these don't actually slide into the bumper. You guys saw the brackets I made. They bolt in from the back. So a little bit different scenario than what was in there, but yeah, it's gonna work good. So we're gonna get these, I'm gonna try to get these wired up tonight. Go to bed. It's like 9:30 at night. I just didn't want to be in the house anymore. I showered and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm done for the night. And I was like, nah, I'm not. I want to go get this done. So I'm gonna sit on this bucket and solder wires here, you guys. I use a torch. I use rosin core and a torch. I bought this guy and this thing's been freaking awesome. Oh yeah, look at that, it lit right up. I got this at Logo Rockhand. It's called a Performance Tool. It's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. I use that. I use rosin core. I get all my heat shrink. It's all Harbor Freight heat shrink. Chicago. Yeah, super cheap at Harbor Freight. That's why I use it. I got a lot of it. I buy it when I go there. I just buy a bunch of it because I use it like crazy, you guys. All right, you guys, we got these lights all done on the back end of this plow truck. Got our reverse lights in, tail lights in. You guys, they're not super bright, like LED fancy things. It's what I got for right now. I'm guessing some ways down the road we will upgrade these to something a little better. But for right now, it's serving the purpose. We have turn signals, brake lights, running lights, brakes, turn signals, reverse lights. I'm actually pretty excited about this. You guys probably seen this in the background. This is a turbocharged BMW. I have a hell of an idea for this thing. It's just a shell. I got this thing for free. It literally runs and drives. It's been crushed. Pretty good right there in the back door. I got it for free though. It's a turbocharged BMW with like 100,000 miles on it. I am literally going to use very little of this car, you guys, and I'm going to make something kind of neat. It's not going to be a BMW anymore. Not on the outside, at least. I'm going to pick up the rest of the project probably Friday. I will probably record that, you guys. I'm going to go down there. My buddy's going to... He had what I'm going to put on this thing. It's going to be interesting, you guys. This is going to be a pretty good little project. It's going to be bare bones, nothing special, but it's going to do awesome for all-wheel drive freaking donuts, hopefully. Like 2 inches off the ground with side pipes, hopefully. The vision I have in my head, like full rock crawler roll cage, yeah. It's going to be interesting, you guys. It's going to be a cool little project. Hopefully, I'm going to work on that a lot this winter, I think. As long as my plow truck stays running. Yeah. But yeah, that's coming, you guys. It doesn't look like much right now, but it's going to hopefully turn into something like way cool. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty sure my son Dylan's pretty excited to get on this because he's the one that actually turned me on to this car. So we'll see what happens, you guys. All right, you guys. We're on the plow truck again tonight. It's Tuesday? Yeah, tomorrow's garbage day. It's Tuesday night after work. I came out here, did a little bit of work. Dylan came out here and helped me. Well, he was out here. He helped me with tape measure. Didn't you, Dylan?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what we got done, you guys. I made these little brackets to mount these lights. I told you guys I was going to let you decide where to mount those. You got trumped. Kyla decided. I think it was the right decision. Mainly because the amount of times we're backing up where I can't see is not a whole lot. When we're out here plowing like super late at night, we need the extra light going forward. She made a decision and she liked this because she's like, it looks like Mickey Mouse. I'm like, all right, we're having a Mickey Mouse plow truck. Just like back in the day, like old school, like Baja. So we put those hellas up there. I still got to wire them, but I did make these little teeny brackets. I just welded them on. They're nothing special, you guys. It's a piece of this. Same stuff I used the other day. You guys saw this. It's 8x1. I just used a couple pieces of that. I had some other plans and blah. They were sitting here somewhere. Yeah, I was going to do this. Fancy, like try to tie that. It was just too much. Me and Dylan decided it wasn't good enough. Or it was overkill. Not really necessarily not good enough, just overkill. So we got that done. We got our middle bar put in here. That's the original bar that was there. I had to cut about 2.5, 3 inches off of it to make it fit, because you guys know that this was too tall. So I cut that off. We got it painted. I'm gonna start cutting my wood for here, you guys. We're gonna get this wood pit in. I think I'm just gonna deck this with some plywood this year, you guys. I don't have the money to pay for the sheeting right now, and I can't stomach the price that they want for it. So we're gonna just get the wood done. My neighbor next door, so you guys see my loft up here, the sheeting that's on that is like 3/4 plywood. It's oak lined. When we first moved out here, our neighbor, he was a cabinet maker, and he has a whole pile of that over there. I bought 6 sheets from his daughter, who owns the house now or is running the house because he's in California. I might contact her again, see if I can get 2 more sheets to deck this with to last a couple years till I can afford this metal. It's expensive. I'm not really willing to pay for it at this point because we put $138 in those 3 beams to deck this thing someday. That's also why this is going to be wood in the back. I have the wood. You guys seen me build all this stuff out of pallets. That's what's going in there, pallet wood. Probably going to stain it. I'm hoping to talk Dylan into doing it for me, but I'm probably sure I'm going to do it. We'll see. We are going to wire these lights, you guys. I'm going to put a toggle on there. I was trying to find a spot inside the truck where I wanted to mount it today. I just kind of got tied up. Not enough time to get everything done, but I do got to figure out how to get these wires through this headache rack. Watch your feet. I think I'm going to drill a hole right here. Nope, right there. Past the weld. So I can run this wire through here I'll punch it out the bottom, then I'll go underneath the truck. I'm gonna have to figure out that side. I might have to do the same thing. And yeah, it's gonna be a little different over there. What I'm trying to do is avoid having the wires like out exposed. So like literally, you guys, if I drilled a hole there, I couldn't get through this weld, or I can get through the tube, essentially is what's there. So I gotta go to here, run it through here, then I gotta go notch my piece of wood that's gonna go through here, and then bring it down. Then I gotta find some way into this cab, which I'm sure there's probably a grommet somewhere where I can get the wires into the cab and then up. So these are my lights. You guys saw me messing with this yesterday. My high and low for my plow lights. I really want to put the switch right there, but I'm pretty sure there's not room. So I've been kind of contemplating looking. I got these spots over here too. I might put it right there. That's a pretty good spot. This is pretty easy to take off, this bezel minus the shifter. But I can put another switch right there. So I'll probably try to run my wires to here. I don't want to put it over here. It's too far into the steering wheel where this might get in my way. I want it over here so I can flip it on and off, because they are off-road lights, you guys. I mean, they're like the cheap end of Hella, which Hella makes like some really awesome off-road lights. These are a little lower end brand of them. They're quite a bit older, but they will give us more light, especially when we're plowing with these two lights. They're okay, but they're also the same kind of thing. They're old school lights. I mean, that came off like a 76 plow truck. So I'm sure this Western plow is somewhere in the 70s when it was bought. Maybe early 80s. I don't know for sure. I haven't looked up the serial number on it or anything, but yeah. So that'll just give us extra lights up here when we're plowing if we need it, like late at night or after work. Because usually in Montana, like when I get off work about 4 o'clock, it's dark. I go to work at 4:30. It's dark. So during the winter, I don't see a whole lot of sunlight.
He definitely shows the pasty white.
Yeah, I'm definitely a white boy in the freaking winter. But yeah, we're gonna work on that probably tomorrow. I'm getting kind of tired, so we'll get that done tomorrow, hopefully. I gotta buy a switch. I did buy, oh guys, wire loom. Right here. Harbor Freight, man. Super cheap wire loom. This was like $4, I think, in Helena. 1/4 inch, 14 foot of wire loom. If you guys are looking for wire loom, that's where it's at, man. It's great. All right, you guys, we're back on this plow truck. It's Wednesday night after work. I did some stuff tonight. I didn't do a lot. I was actually ordering parts for my car. My freaking Audi's broke again. Dude. This car's kind of starting to nickel and dime me to death. But what I did tonight, I mounted my relay. So this is my high and low for my lights for my plow. This is going to be the relay for those lights up there. I've just been getting in the habit of putting a relay on everything that is like aftermarket, like off-road lights. So that relay is going to run these lights. I have some wire loom here, you guys. I got a toggle. I will tell you, I hate lighted switches like this. The only reason I'm putting it in there is because I have it. When I was younger, when you're young, you're like, oh, lighted switches are great. The problem is they blind you when you're in the vehicle. The ones that have just like a small, like single little light, maybe aren't as bad. These are pretty bad. The only reason I'm putting it in there is because this truck doesn't go on the main roads, it's just on my property. So if that thing's blinding me when I'm plowing at night and I'm smoking my neighbors with my off-road lights, at least I'll be like, oh, they're flashing me because I got those on and I can turn them off. So it's the only reason I'm putting that in. It's going to be bright. I did do a little bit of work tonight. I was a little unmotivated. I ordered some coils for my car, some spark plugs. I'm going to try to get that thing running. I don't know if I told you, but when I pulled the very furthest spark plug to the firewall back out of its cylinder, it was totally caked in oil. So I'm not 100% sure what that means. I feel like it's not a good situation. Talked to a guy and he said maybe the the valve cover gasket's leaking down into that cylinder, filling it with oil. And it's not really a cylinder, it's where the spark plug hole is in the top of the cylinder. So I'm hoping that's all it is. I ordered spark plugs, new coils, because I'm having a misfire in coil 3, bank 3. So I just ordered all 4 new coils. We'll see if that fixes my problem. I don't know. I'm about to ditch this Audi. I love the car, but man, it's been nickel and diming me lately. Anyways, so now that you hear my rant, I'm back on this. So I got my wood mounted, you guys. I put 2 carriage bolts in each one of these. This pallet wood, you guys, it was kind of beat up. It looks better than nothing there, you guys. Literally, I drilled all these holes. I had all these. My dad gave me a assortment of like these bins with a bunch of random bolts. He gave me all these when he moved out of his last house. I found all these carriage bolts in there. There was enough to do the outside. I was going to do the middle, but after I got the outsides in, it didn't really move. I think in the future, if this starts to bow or tweak or whatever, I'm just going to buy some longer self-tapping screws and run it right into that centerpiece, because there's a piece of like 3/8 in there. I did space this up. I used a piece of 1/4 inch, and I spaced this up, you guys, all the way across. So I got 3 across there. So when I do deck this, I can slide it in there, and I can get from the bottom, weld this in, or I might have to pull this bottom board to tack that in where I need it to stay down. But for now, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, maybe in the future I'll change it. I honestly don't think it looks that bad. You know, there's a little bit of gaps in between these boards on this side, just a little bit. Nothing that anyone's going to notice but me and the rest of YouTube who's watching me, which is, we're getting there on subscribers. Please, you guys like and share this, because I'd like to get this going somewhere. We are going to be working on that BMW, turning it into something else. Hopefully you guys comment and figure out try to tell me what I'm going to turn that thing into. So I'm hoping to start on that here this weekend. I'm hoping. I got to get these lights wired. I'm going to be done with this plow truck once I get those lights wired. I'm not decking this year, you guys. If I do, it'll be plywood, and it'll be a couple weeks out. I got a guy that wants me to do some radius arms on a Bronco, but I really want to get on this. The radius arms are paying job. This is necessity for this winter, so I had to get it done. And put my little tweak on it, you guys. I want to build stuff that functions and cool. You know, you've heard me say it 1,000 times now, but that's kind of the way I am. This is turning out pretty awesome. I really like the way it fits this truck very well. This era, this flatbed, it's turning out pretty awesome. From where we started, this is 100 times better. I'm loving it. It's not great. It's not the most perfect design that I had in mind, but it's just my plow truck, which I have to keep in mind. So we are getting there, you guys. Like I said, I got this wood done. I got to wire these lights. We're going to call this thing a wrap. I'm going to try to wire those tomorrow, hopefully. I'll show you when I get to this, those lights, because I do want them working, so when I'm plowing at night, I can flip those on. You guys, I really want a siren up here, like an orange flashy whoop, 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 whoop. Anybody who got one wants to send me one, I'd appreciate it. If not, Harbor Freight might be my friend after next payday. We might go get one. I just want it just because it's plow truck. I think it needs it. So, yeah, let me know. Hit me up in comments if you guys know what I'm going to turn that into. And if you got a flashy yellow light, you want to send it to me, I'd love it. All right. You guys let me know about the car. What am I doing to this thing? It'll be in future videos. You guys are going to see a lot of this here shortly, I think. Tear down first. We got to tear everything off this car that I don't need. And if anybody comments in the next couple of videos what I'm building on that car, maybe I'll show you the rest of this. It's going to hopefully show up Friday. I was going to go pick it up, but the guy said he'd deliver it. So anybody gets it right, we'll have to figure something out. I bet nobody gets it right, though. All right, you guys. I'm going to show you something that I am not an expert in. Honestly, I'm getting better at it, but I'm not as knowledgeable as I probably should be. I can usually make stuff work. I I always don't know if it's the correct way to do it, but I have done some looking up online. I've watched multiple videos. I've done this before. Every freaking time I do it, I gotta watch the video. What I'm doing is I'm hooking up a relay to a switch to run these lights up here. You guys do not quote me on this, but I have hooked this up. It does work. The relay I have under, I've already mounted the relay. It's only a 4-pin. It doesn't have this center one. This is for something else. I'm not even gonna try to explain it to you guys. But the 5-pin works the same as the 4-pin. So if you look at this, let me put my switch down on the ground apparently, because it doesn't want to stay up here. Okay, so if you're looking at this, hopefully you can see this. His back one says 30. That's your power coming from your battery. You guys, please, if I'm saying this wrong, please comment in there so other people can see. But this is what I've done. I've ran this 30 straight to my battery with a fuse. This one over here on the side, this is 85. That is my ground. So that goes straight to a body ground. 86 on this side goes directly to my switch. Then, what's the last one? Hold on, I gotta look. 87. 87 goes... Let me look. Like I said, I've already mounted my relay. I was gonna put it in the engine compartment. I think I showed you guys that earlier. I ended up mounting it right there. So this is my brake pedal. I mounted that right there. So 30. So the very last one is it goes to the lights. Because that's what we're running. This could also run electric fan, whatever you wanted. So let me set all my stuff down. So 30, power coming in. 85 is your ground. 86 goes to your switch. It's one leg going to your switch. Then this one is your whatever auxiliary you're running, a fan, a light, or whatever. In our case, we're running these lights up here. So I got to run wires down. They'll hook into this bottom one here. So lights, ground, switch, power coming in. So once you got that, and this is a switch I got, you guys. I drilled the hole for it, so it's going to be kind of out of the way. My hand's going to be here most of the time, kind of blocking the light from it. On the back of here, you can kind of see, so it's got earth supply, and this one says, I don't know, as you can see, is 80. Essentially, so what I got going on here is, so this one here is earth, so that one's going to just be a ground, the black one. The red one, that's going to that relay where I said the switch hooks to. That's the red wire. That's the middle one, which is marked, whatever the one I can't read is, AD. It's all I can see is AD. But that's going to the relay. And then the white one is going to, where is it going? A keyed power. So essentially when I turn the key on, this gets energized. This when you flip this switch, this sends power down to that relay, which sends the power to the lights. And then that one's just a ground. So that's kind of how I'm wiring it. If there's someone out there a little more knowledgeable than me, please comment and let people know that I'm wrong. I did hook this up. It works. I put my hand on all the wires. Nothing's getting hot. Like I said, I am no wiring expert. I know enough to get dangerous. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go look at my racer, because I wired all those KC lights and they all work just fine. So I'm going to verify that I got this wired correctly, because it has the same thing, switch with a relay. I 100% don't know why you put a relay in, but all the KC lights I've ever seen has a relay, so I just relay everything now when it comes to lights. I think most of it's because these switches can't hold, I think it's the amps, and they melt down. In that big black Jeep, I got a switch for my fan to turn it on and off manually, and it burns up a lot. So when I start working on that, I'm going to look at that, because I know I got something wired wrong in it. But I am going to go look at my racer and make sure that I kind of got that wired up somewhat correct, because I know these ones work. They've been in here for years. I never use these lights, you guys. They're on there just for looks mainly. When we go to Sun River, I'll flip them on when we're going down to the river. But other than that, let's see. Oh yeah, here's my relay for that guy, for those KCs right there. So I got switch power. That's going to my switch. That's going to my lights. And I think that one must be a ground. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to verify. So yeah, let me dig into this and just make sure, but I'm pretty sure I got this right, you guys. But like I said, if there's a wiring guru out there, please comment and let people know if I'm doing it right or not. I'm gonna be looking at the comments myself because I'm 80% sure that I know it works and it turns it on. I just don't know if it's like super safe or if I'm potentially causing a fire hazard. So let me know. If anyone knows if I'm right or wrong, please comment below so I know. Thanks. All right, you guys, I checked this out and made sure I'm right. Looks like what I got going on here is instead of being a switch power, I just ran both these to constant power. Not 100% sure that's like super safe. I feel like this one should be like a low voltage. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody let me know. But like, I pretty much have the wires the exact same way. I just got both my powers going right to my battery, which I'm not super sure if that's right. This might be, I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm no wiring expert. I don't claim to be. I'm just enough to be dangerous, honestly, you guys. Simple stuff I can do. This relay kind of crap messes with my head a little bit sometimes. All my wiring for these lights was pretty simple. I mean, it's, you know, it's a brake light. You push the brake, the wire lights up. It's pretty straightforward. That was all stock wiring that I just cut and soldered into these lights. So that's a little different for me, but I'm getting there, you guys. Like I said, I got it working. You can see I just kind of strung wires everywhere to see if I get it to turn on, and it did. So I'm working on putting these wires where they need to go. I'm about 80-90% sure that what I'm doing is right. Just let me know, you guys, if somebody knows a better way, something I did wrong, if I've got a fire hazard here, let me know. All right, you guys, I wanted to show you this. So I got my wires over there connected. I got these ones all connected. So my wire coming up here. This is from the other side. I got my wire coming down. I do have a butt connector on my ground and my power to this light, so I can disconnect it and pull it out if I want. I don't love this, but it is what it is. It's better than what it could be. This is the last piece, you guys. So this is, it is called a, oh my crap. I'm drawing a blank at this point. A fuse tap. Jeez. Can't believe I forgot. Yeah. Anyways, I was looking for one with just a single one because where this is going to replace, it does not have a fuse, and it's labeled as ignition. So I'm going to put this in here. I wanted just a single fuse. This is all they had at Napa. This thing was ridiculous. That was $15 freaking. Man, I looked them up online, $6. Gah! Shopping local is killing me lately. Anyways, so apparently when you put this in here, one of these replaces a fuse, one runs your accessory. I didn't have a fuse there. It was just everything's fighting me right now. That was my air compressor. There was no fuse in there, so I really don't need this. I just threw it in there just so I had a fuse. I'm not 100% sure that you need it to make this power up or not. I'm going to throw it in there. I'm going to stick it in my fuse box. They had like crimp connector on there. I freaking hate crimps. So I'm going to get my heat shrink and I'm going to solder this thing into my switch power. So this will be the last step, you guys. I'm going to pull this thing out here in a minute. I move my Audi so I can pull it out and I can kind of do a little walkthrough so you guys can see final product. It's kind of hard to get a distance view of this thing being in my shop. My shop's pretty good size, but it's cramped, so you can't really see how much I cut off the end of this, how it's proportioned, stuff like that. So I'm gonna get this thrown in, you guys. I'm gonna get this soldered up, and then I'll pull it out and I'll show you guys, and we'll pretty much be done with this thing for now. All right, you guys, we got this thing licked. Oof, look at this storm coming at us. It does not look very friendly. Oof. Anyways, plow truck's finished up, you guys. We got our lights here still working. Our lights up top still working. They're looking pretty good. Let me shut this door so you guys can kind of see the look at how much more proportion that truck is since I cut it off right here behind the thing. I thought it was going to look super short and like snubbed off, but dude, it looks really good. I love the way this truck looks now. This should have always had this. Tail lights are all working. I wish I could show the reverse lights, but I can't put them on while I'm back here. Tail light or license plate lights are still working. Yeah, we did good, man. I'm digging it. Looks so much better. I need to get another mirror. This one's a little broken, a little ugly. Yeah, I think we got her licked. Woo! Little thunder. Yeah. We'll get this deck someday, you guys. It's gonna take me a little bit to save up some money for that. That's a lot to put into this. So yeah, we're gonna go cruise around a little bit and see what kind of traction she got. When I pulled the bed off of this thing, it wouldn't go anywhere. It was so light in the ass end, it would just spin. Oh, I cannot believe I didn't crush that. I left that under there and totally pulled out. Whew, that was lucky. Good thing it was already broke-ish. All right. Well, you guys, plow truck's a wrap, man. We're gonna start working on this BMW. I got a lot of work. This is gonna be a big project for me. Like a really big project. We'll see where it goes. We'll see how it goes. I've never done anything close to this, so, and I don't really know German cars super well. I have an Audi. That's about as close as I've gotten. So yeah, we'll show you that next. I got a leak I got to fix apparently. I already saw it. It's a seal around my plug, so I got to get that fixed too. Let's see here. Ooh, it's a little light. Yeah, we definitely need some. It's still way better than the bed that was on there, you guys. This is my favorite part. When you look out the back, even with the slits, without the boxes there, you can see so freaking much. Like for plowing, when you're going backwards, you can see everything. You're just like, oh yeah. That's the one thing I got to deal with, you guys. I need some mud flaps front and back of my tires because it throws rocks against the cab. That's gonna drive me nuts. So we're gonna get that fixed, you guys. We're gonna call this plow truck a wrap for now. I'm gonna get on that other project, and I'll show you guys where I get when I get.